welcome to Coralstown, Kinnegad, and the captain's out in the middle there with the referee for this AIB Leinster Junior Final. The referee is Ian Culbert from Wicklow, and the teams Kilcock in the green, Baile Dubh Tira are in the, is that black? I think it is, we'll call that black. And their captain is their goalkeeper, or rather their captain is their number 3, Jerry Rose O'Connor. And the captain for Kilcock there, you see the number 9, Sarah O'Sullivan. Only 21 years old last month, and there she is going over with the notes from the other team or the referee, and she's gone back to her team. She was made captain in February this year, only 20 years old. And Tegan McGonigal is the vice captain. She's only 19 and she's wearing 7. And yet at midfield you have Sheena Byrne, number 8, alongside Sarah. So Sarah's just 21. Sheena Byrne will say, excuse me, in her early 40s, and that's what you get at this level. You get players in their 40s. In fact, there's a girl in the subs in the second game who is down in the programme, is 45 years old, and yet you'll get one who is only 15 years old as well in that game as well. That's what you get, and that's the beauty of junior. It's very unpredictable, and the good news is we're in a fantastic venue here and we have perfect conditions, and even better, I have Tracy Dillon with me. Tracy, you're very, very welcome. It's great to have you on.
Thanks so much, Jerome. It's great to be here today, so it is.
It really is. I mean, as I say, there's no wind and the pitch looks absolutely perfect, and there's always a great atmosphere. I'm sure you like playing here.
Absolutely, yeah. We've played an awful lot of games here, and like you say, the weather today, it's perfect conditions really. The wind is basically non-existent, so it'll be a great game, hopefully.
Yeah, and a good crowd building on our left and right. The camera won't really pick that up so much, but there's always a good atmosphere at the game here. It's perfect for this kind of game, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. It keeps the crowd close together, and the atmosphere definitely is a great one in here in Kinnegad.
And you know all about clubs and winning clubs as well. All Ireland on intermediate in Parnell Park 2015 with Milltown, so you know how special it is to play in these finals. I mean, that was the All Ireland, of course, not Leinster.
Absolutely, but we won Leinster that year as well.
What do you remember about the Leinster one? Who did you beat in that?
Oh my God, that year was probably the best year of our lives. So it was. My God, you know, there's nothing better than club football with your friends, your family, people you grow up with, and then bringing your community and your club together. You know, like you say, the fans, the supporters here today, they've been beside these girls the whole way from they were probably babies, you know, so it's absolutely brilliant. There's nothing to compare to it, really. I
know one of the captains was telling me that they're now playing on the same team with older ladies who would have coached them as kids.
Yeah.
So you have that lovely connection there, haven't you? And of course,
it's lovely.
2015, your sister came on and scored the winning goal, of course, famously against Kerr. And
absolutely, yeah.
Aisling Maloney,
and
Co,
Ashley McCarthy, the big names there.
Yeah. What happened there?
Yeah, and now they're out there playing AFL in Australia. Doing great for themselves. It's brilliant.
So that was amazing for your family. I remember your whole family being out on the pitch after the game.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I said, there's nothing to compare to it. It's really, really special moments, and I suppose it's to cherish everyone, because you just don't know how it's going to go. And I suppose that being here is absolutely phenomenal.
But do you remember winning Leinster and thinking, oh, now we have to play All Ireland, or were you always thinking that way?
No, I suppose we took it one game at a time. We never looked further than the game that was in front of us, and I suppose after we won the Leinster, we were like, oh my God, find ourselves in an All Ireland semi-final. You know, it's brilliant.
So today the only focus is on this game.
Absolutely.
You're not thinking anything else.
Yeah, absolutely.
Although last year there was a Wexford winner of this, so Wexford going for a 2 in a row.
Yeah.
Is it Gusseron? I think they pronounce it. Yeah, they won in 2023.
Yeah.
And nice little link with 2023 as well. Baile Dubh Tira. Rachel Casey was the captain of them, and she's gone to Australia this year, and she's watching from Australia. I hope, and that leads me to mention that we're on YouTube and Facebook, and it's free on both, so we'll accept your messages on both of those if you want to leave comments there on YouTube or Facebook. Now there's an announcement going on at the minute, but as you may be able to also hear, the PA is not working very well, so we will keep going. We'll be going to the teams in a minute, but first of all, what I think he was trying to say is that the president and incoming LGFA national president Trina Murray is going out to meet the players, and first of all she is meeting Jerry Rose O'Connor there, the captain of Baile Dubh Tira from Wexford, and she will go along those players and then meet the officials. As I say, the referee is Ian Culbert. Is Kildare against Wexford. Kilcock are in there as well in the green. So that is the final that we are looking forward to today. The All-Ireland winners last year were from Cork. That was O'Donovan Rossa. But if you go further back in the junior, actually, Tracy, D Rangers won this in 2014, and they're in the next game. Dunboyne won it in 2015 and went on, of course, to senior. St James Wexford won it in 2009. The last Kildare winners, Maynooth in 2008, Eadstown in 2006, and Eadstown are in the senior tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's it's really positive for the two teams here today to see what potential could be done. It's brilliant. Great to see.
The mix is unbelievable between the really young and the really, well, I shouldn't say really old, but I mean in football terms, I mean Bernie Breen.
Absolutely.
41.
Yeah.
Sheena Byrne, early 40s as well, and there's a few in the subs on either side around the 39, 40 mark as well. But Bernie Breen, I mean, 5-time All-Star nominee. Yeah. And she won with Beaufort and Kerry an All-Ireland Junior in 1996, although when I checked it, the result says 1977. But either way, I mean, that's in the last century.
Absolutely.
And Bernie still, she's part of the management and a very big part of the team. Let's have a look at the teams, actually.
Great.
And we'll start with Kilcock as we watch Baile Dubh Tira go out into the middle there, and we see the fourth official out there, Finbar Shanahan as well. But let's have a look at Kilcock then. One change on each team, by the way. So actually, which one is it there? Number 2. Oh yeah, I'm looking up the field now. Marie Finnan is not starting. Instead it's Laura Gibbons, and not a big surprise. She's in an ACL and missed some of their glory years, but she's back in defence and she's a great player. Actually a sister of the Kildare under-20 All-Ireland captain from 2018, Jason Gibbons. Sarah O'Sullivan at midfield, as I say, with Sheena Byrne, and then the rest of the team, you have the likes of Grace White in there. She's their top scorer. You have Sophie Nolan, very young at 19, and you're going to get that. Sarah Lavin, a goal a game at number 12. Tegan is at number 7, as I mentioned. Number 6, Emma Maguire will have a big job there. She's a great defender, and she's up against Bernie Breen if they keep that match up there. So a big day for her. What would you pick out there, Tracy?
Yeah, I suppose what we've mentioned, the youth in the Kilcock side mixed with the experience, I think is going to be very good today. I suppose kind of the younger players tend to have no fear and go at the game. So I think that'll be great, mixed with the experience of the older girls on the side for them today.
Let's have a look at the other team then, from Wexford, Baile Dubh Tira, and they are lined out as such with one change there. Number 4, Donna Byrne does not start. Instead, and it's an interesting one, and carrying on what you're saying there, Kaylee Doyle, number 20, but only 17 years old student. She's coming in place of number 4. That's the change there. Hannah Lawless, number 5, is only 17. Heather Lee, number 7, is only 17 as well. And then in the forwards, Whitley here, you have number 10, Leah Robin, and she's a twin, and she's only 16. Her twin sister Emily is in the subs. And then you have Ciara Robin there, you have Lauren Robin, and as I say, you have Bernie at the other end of that spectrum, and Alma Morris has plenty of experience as well. So a really interesting mix there.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'll be excited to see the matchup there, a full-back Jerry Rose with Grace White for Kilcock, so it should be a great matchup there between the two of them.
They say life begins at 40.
Yeah, absolutely.
It could be for a few of the players out here today, but as you also say, the future looks incredibly bright. Never mind if they win or lose today. The work that's going on in these clubs and the youth coming through is just mad.
Yeah, definitely. And it's brilliant to see two clubs like this here with such youth on both sides. It's very promising, so it is for the future.
But you also never know. I mean, your family knows all about injuries too.
Absolutely.
So you won that in 2015, and then you had a catalogue of injuries between you.
Yeah, exactly. And like that, we never take anything for granted. Enjoy every single moment, because we just never know when there is an injury around the corner.
Well, you know what Bertie Breen did? I mean, she started at I think the age of about 15 or something playing for Kerry. At the age of 18, she stopped playing for 8 years.
Okay.
And went off and did college and stuff, and then came back. She was kind of renewed. She sort of felt a wee bit burnt out, so that can happen too, getting so much football early on. Another wee mention actually for Kiva Fagan. She's in Dubai with the Sharjah Gales team out there. She was the captain of Kilcock in 2019, and she's watching, I believe, from Bahrain, and she'll be out there for the Bahrain games, which I've been to a few times myself. It's a magnificent event, so hopefully they'll be watching out there in the sunshine. But
absolutely.
I was thinking it was going to be freezing here and was going to miss it, but it's not too bad.
Yeah, do you know what? It's actually fine here today, so it is. Not too cold.
No, we can't complain at all.
Yeah, no rain either, so it's great.
Absolutely. We're ready then for the 2024 Leinster Junior Final, sponsored by AIB. 9th of November. And off we go with the start. Kilcock in the green with the yellow band, and Baile Dubh Tira in the all black, and they get the first free of the game awarded for the foul there, and it's Abby O'Connor, the number 9, and gives it out to Hannah Lawless, and she'll be glad to get a touch of the ball early on and gives it to Orla Keogh. This is one of those games where we don't know too many players. Sometimes you do commentary and you know them by look, but at club level you don't see them as much, so we'll get used to that. Orla Keogh leaves it off, and there is a number 20 we were telling you about, Kaylee Doyle, only 17 as well, and she came in for cornerback, but she got right up in the attack, but she's been penalised for touching the ball on the ground, and Kilcock put the ball quickly, take it quickly and get it up to Sarah Lavin. And the other beauty about this level is so unpredictable. You don't even know the styles of play, and usually when you see the senior games you get a lot of passing around, but this is all go forward, and it's terrific to watch already. You've got to love club football and you've got to love junior football. What are your thoughts so far?
Yeah, absolutely. Both teams seem well up for it, so they do seem to be going kind of man on man, going for the game. So
woman on woman.
Yeah, absolutely. Forgive me. Direct, absolutely, yeah. Direct football is right, and there's great movement up front on both sides.
Do you see anything tactically so far apart from that woman on woman, or is there any sweeper as such, or is it just
in the Kilcock full forward line? They seem to be playing a two woman full forward line to leave big space there. They seem to be looking for that kick in over the top.
Well, it might come in at the other end though, because Robin has it, number 13, and they're trying to get it in, but it's all very bunched up the middle. There's not much width to the game so far. Now a little bit of calmness around the middle of the field there from Ciara Robin, and she's sort of waiting for a bit of movement because there wasn't any, and now the referee gives the free, given a bit of advantage. But yeah, the tendency at this level, I guess the passion is just to go for it, and all the talk you've got about tactics sort of goes out the window. There's just the occasion gets to you, I guess.
That's it, and I suppose you can do all the planning you want, but sometimes you have to play the game as you see it. Then when it does start, things do change.
Number 11,
Bernie Breen.
I'm just trying to see from a distance. Actually, it didn't look like her there for a minute, but it's a while since I've seen her. But she's coming in to take this one and connects well, and it looks good, and the call goes up, and Bernie Breen, 41 years old, 5-time All-Star nominee, playing for junior, and in the junior final she gets her first point. Where else would you get it?
My God, that's great, and I think that might settle the nerves a little bit there for Baile Dubh here.
Nice point for them, and the kick out is Emer Kelly, a Meath woman actually, went to school in Kildare and kind of liked it there, and she stayed, and she's playing now in a Leinster final. This is Rihanna Cribben. Loses the ball, but has plenty of time to recover and spins past her player and leaves it off, and it could be a goal chance here for Grace White, and she looks for the return ball. Might have been better just popping it over the bar, but again, Tracy, maybe just the occasion getting the players.
Absolutely, and I suppose this early on in the game, it's hard to know what to do when that player was inside free.
And all the way back there, that was Alma Morris wearing 15 for Baile Dubh, as you see. She's back there obviously playing as a sort of player to connect everything and give it to Kaylee Doyle now. She's got plenty of ball in the first few minutes. You can see why they brought her into the play. Very young but very mobile and persistent along this left-hand side, and good on the ball as well. That's great play by her. Gets it back to Hannah Lawless, another of the teenagers. And that just slips past Fitzhenry, but it's picked up by Abby O'Connor. And certainly the girls in black have had most of the play so far. And clearly Doyle is not playing in defence. She's staying up in the forwards. Tigerish defending though for Kilcock. And that's great play coming out under pressure, keeping possession. That's vital, and that was good play I think by Tegan, or rather it was Andrea McGrath, number 3. And that's why Aisling O'Connor now has it. And she puts a lovely ball in there, very hard to defend against, and Grace White, their top scorer. Glad to get that and gives it inside. And she got that over from a bad angle. She has, Evan Robinson, first score from play, super score, all from the turnover at the back, wasn't it?
Absolutely brilliant, and you can see why they're giving that bit of space there to Grace White there in the forward line. Her turn of pace is brilliant, and her vision on the ball, that pass inside was great.
Quick kick out from Aoife Dunn, and a good long accurate kick out as well. That's a fabulous kick out. And Doyle, she's had more touches I think than anyone in the play, and doesn't waste the ball either, and is looking for the return. She's playing, that's actually number 10, that's Leah Robin. She gives it out to the girl that I had mentioned, and that's Doyle. Good play by her, under pressure, gets it to Ciara Robin. Nice turn inside. Just love this kind of football where they just go at it. None of this going backwards or sideways, although she did lose the ball. And Sarah Lavin has picked it up, and she's under pressure from Doyle. Gets advantage from the referee and takes it, pumps it down into that corner. And it's White again coming out to meet it. She's going to have quite a battle in there with the captain, Jerry Rose O'Connor. That could be crucial. She comes away with it. Will she pass or go for a score? She goes for a score, but that's not going to reach. Easily taken by Aoife Dunn. It's 1 point each after 5 minutes, and that 5 minutes has flown by. That's Abby O'Connor again in defence. Both teams doing very well to keep possession.
Absolutely, yeah. Decision making is quite good, so it is.
And off they go again. It's good play to keep possession. Hannah Lawless. Every time a player gets the ball, as I say, they just speed off in a forward direction. It's so refreshing to see. Orla Keogh. And a hand in, but not quite enough. And that was Lauren Robin keeping possession. Nobody getting anywhere near goal, certainly not at this end. And they haven't scored from play yet, but Robin gives it in to Clodagh Fitzhenry. Forced back out to Lawless, but that's turned over, and that was good work by Sarah O'Sullivan, the captain. And they're looking to turn this over quickly, but they've played that over the line. 6 minutes gone, 1 point each. And I can hear, is that one of the coaches down in front of us getting rather excited? He's up in the stand here. He's directing, but I don't know how much players hear that, do they?
Oh, absolutely. It can be very hard, especially on a day like today. But Kilcock are defending very well here, so they are.
Yeah, they're not letting them close.
No, yeah.
They're not letting them inside.
They're set up quite well defensively, so they are. They seem to be in a bit of a zonal kind of formation where they're covering off all the space.
And there's several times they've been turned over when they get into that sort of area just around that line. But let's see if they can get through this time. It's spilled. They get a lucky break, and Robin gives it out to Leah Robin. And the 16-year-old puts it over the bar. They get a bit of a lucky break there, but they got it out to Lauren. And Sweet 16 gets a point. So the first point by a 41-year-old, second point by a 16-year-old.
There we go, yeah, and that was a great score, so it was, and I think that's what Baile Dubh Tier might have to do to try and break down this zonal defence that's set up by Kilcock.
Yeah, but they need to keep possession going in there. They actually lost possession there. They were a bit fortunate, weren't they?
Absolutely.
But they had that direct run, and that's Sarah Lavin going for that, but so is Orla Keogh, and she wins the race, but doesn't get the free. She has in fact touched it on the ground, and Sarah takes it really quickly, and that's booted over the line by Alma Morris, who I said is wearing 15, but has obviously got sort of sweeper, or what do they call it now, +1 duties?
Yeah, she's like a +1 there for Baile Dubh Tier. She seems to be doing an awful lot of work in the defence.
Well, she intercepted that one and prevented the counter attack, so that was effective.
Yeah.
Now, White's inside, she's coming to get it. She does get it. She's on that right foot. She'll surely go for her own score. And this time she makes no mistake. Grace White, their top scorer. And that gives me a chance to mention she got engaged recently.
Oh, very good.
On the beach in Gweedore to a Donegal man.
Gweedore, beautiful.
Lovely.
Oh my God, that's very good for her. She's having a great year so far.
And a great game so far. 2 points each after 8 minutes. And it really is end to end. This is Clodagh Fitzhenry and leaves it off to Hannah Lawless. She's only 17 years old, as I say, and they've lots of pace around that half-back area, and it shows in this game. But again, the defending, keeping them out. Now, she put a hand on there and fouled her, but it's interesting, isn't it? That pace from Baile Dubh Tier, but it's coming up against that green wall.
Absolutely, and I think that maybe was a bit tactical there for Kilcock to allow their defenders to get back, because it seemed that Baile Tier was actually on a bit of a fast break there.
But it's that sort of one where you put a hand on, I don't know if she got ticked or whatever. Oh, what a ball over the top, actually, from Breen. If that gets all the way through, oh my goodness, I thought that she was in for a goal. The goalkeeper did really well there to come out. That was Emer Kelly, but just for a moment they were caught sleeping.
Absolutely, yeah, and that was a dangerous ball in, so it was, as you say, the keeper did really well to read it.
Laura Gibbons doing well for Kilcock to get it up into the forward line, and now this is Emma Robinson, but it spills, and it's Lawless who gets the free, and that looked like a pretty cynical foul there, pulling down, but the referee didn't tick for that. So sometimes early on you see what referees are doing, and I don't see him ticking a lot, but I would have thought that one would have been a tick.
Absolutely, it looked like it, so it did. It was heavy enough, so
maybe
it was,
he saw the first foul and then looked away and didn't see the rest of
it.
So maybe it didn't look as bad. But anyway, he's letting the game go very well,
which is great.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. A little bit of a hop ball here now. Nearly 10 minutes on the clock. 2 points each, and you know at this level there's always goals in it. I wonder when they will come. And that ball booted out into the corner towards Robinson, but a little bit too heavy, and it's gone over the line. And you just get the sense the players are always trying to force it, and that's why we've seen a few balls going over the line and a few balls dropped.
Absolutely, and I suppose maybe it's taking the frees maybe a bit too quick, and like you say, forcing that pass.
It'll calm down. Or maybe it won't.
Nerves
I don't mind. It's good entertainment. Emma Robinson on the end of that again, and now they've transferred it nicely in, and this is great play, but the finish not so good, and that sort of sums it up. What we were saying, you have lots of frantic play, but a little bit of composure needed at the end there.
Absolutely, and I think nerves maybe might just need to settle in the first few minutes.
That was the ball game we were watching from Bernie Breen. Great vision from her.
Brilliant.
That's the closest they've got to getting near a goal. In fact, we haven't had any goal chances at either end, but I just feel that there will be goals in this game the way it's been played. It will open up. This is Orla Keogh, and again, not trying to pass it backwards or waiting for the support play, just boot it up there and get after it. Good old style football. But Kilcock up to that at the back, and I don't know what you're thinking tactically, Tracy. Is it just a system, or they've got a couple of extra players back there, or what are they doing?
Yeah, they seem to have nearly +2 or +3 at times.
When the other team's got the ball?
Yeah, when the other team have the ball. They seem to be reverting back to the D as fast as they can to try and keep them from getting those goal chances. And I suppose Baile Dubh did score 5 goals in their previous game to get here to the Leinster final.
That's Grace White picking it up now, and I see, by the way, I haven't mentioned her, but Eve Powderley has been involved a lot in the ball play as well. It was just a little bit difficult, to be honest, from distance to see the number 13 in her back, but I knew she'd been involved and wanted to mention her. She's been involved in transferring it in, but again, defence is on top, and now the transfer out of defence. How can they transition here? This is number 15, Alma Smith, leaving it on, and then they have that pace that we're talking about. They go steaming through the midfield. The challenge comes in, and a good ball into the forwards, well taken by Lauren Robin as well, and she goes off, pursued by Alana Morrow. And then the second and third and fourth tackle comes in, and it's going to be a free in. Actually, he's let it go. He gave advantage, I think, and it was good advantage by the referee, and Abby O'Connor carried it on. But they just can't get close. Now the move through the middle is by the number 8, Orla Keogh again, but again, it's Kilcock up to the challenge back there, and they just seem to intercept at the vital moments, and now it's their turn to transition, and it really is end-to-end entertaining stuff, and that's Emma Maguire doing well to feed it on to Aisling O'Connor, and again the quick transfer looking for White. She's the player they go to, and then Powderley. These two are causing havoc up there, but can they get close? She's going into that corner, but she's going to come out on her right foot and shoots there under pressure from a bad angle, and it goes right across the goal, and it's easily going to be picked up by Alma Morris. And now Baile Dubh will try to do exactly the same thing at the other end, and just try and transfer up the pitch, but the pressure is being exerted. The pace is unreal, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah, and the pressure that's been put on in both backlines is huge. So it is. It's great to see. Both teams very tenacious.
But this is what you would expect. I mean, you know yourself, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. Both teams really going for it. So there, I suppose maybe just a little bit of patience on the ball might get that extra score for either side.
Just checking on the Facebook there. You can feel free to leave me a message there. I know there's been one or two people there, shall we say, or devices there from abroad trying to scam as usual, but we are deleting those as they come along. This is absolutely free, and thanks to Leinster Ladies Gaelic Football, and we've got another game after this and another one tomorrow. All the finals. This is Rihanna Cribben, number 5 on. She leaves it off, and it's put over the bar by Sarah Lavin. Nice move, nice finish, and again it's that pace all the way up the field, and I'll let you talk over the replay, Tracy.
Yeah, that was a great score. I suppose looking at the replay, you can see Grace White there free on the back post. I don't know if that was maybe a missed goal chance for Kilcock, but it was also a great point to settle them and get them back in on the scoreboard.
I'm having difficulty with those numbers. I thought it was Rihanna Cribben 5, but it might have been 6. But anyway, they were up there, and as you say, they were looking for the return there.
Yeah, they were.
A goal on.
Yeah, absolutely. Grace White was on the back post there, and as we say, she's dangerous when she gets the ball.
Just checking on the YouTube live chat as well. Big audience watching online there. You have the choice, so you can watch it on either the Leinster LGFA YouTube or Facebook, but either way, totally free. Don't be paying for it, whatever you do. It's 3 points to do for Kilcock coming up to the end of the first quarter. And this is Lauren Robin coming out now, and the ball left off to Breen, and it's gone wide. So just the 2 points for them so far, one from a free and one from play. But a wide open game and we are thoroughly enjoying this AIB Junior Championship final. The goalkeeper is Emer Kelly, and she's had a very good game and had one very good interception. This kick out has gone way over to this side, and by design or not, it works, and it got to Laura Gibbons.
Bit of a block there from Clodagh.
Yeah, the experts at the turnovers have been turned over.
Yeah.
Good run through though by Sheena Byrne from, or rather that is Orla Keogh, and she's through off the crossbar, and it will drop into the net. Oh, just over the bar. Over the bar. Well, that was all from the turnover. Watch it here again, Tracy. You were absolutely right, and should have been a goal maybe.
Absolutely. That was a great run there from Orla Keogh. Absolutely brilliant. You can see when she's on the ball, very dangerous. And I suppose they opened Kilcock open there, so they did.
Yeah.
Came from a block there off Clodagh Fitzhenry.
Yeah.
It's great work on that kick out.
Yeah, absolutely, and it hit the black spot and just went over the bar. But if that had dropped in, you'd have thought it'd been palmed into the net. But Orla Keogh, she's impressed me right from the first 10 seconds when she won a free.
Yeah.
She's got good pace, and that pace in their team to me is really impressive. And they're knocking on that door, and that was the closest they've come.
Yeah, real direct play.
But at least they got a point out of it, so it's level. It's 3 points each, and here they come again. And this is the thing about this level as well. They just seem to have boundless pace and energy, and they'll just keep going right to the last minute, and that's from a really bad angle, and it's gone wide. Remains 3 points each, and that's another thing you see at this level. I mean, they're trying shots from pretty crazy angles.
Yeah, absolutely. And I suppose again, Clodagh Fitzhenry there was free on the other side. If just maybe a little glance over, a kick pass probably would have maybe been a better option there.
That's what you were saying at the other end too, but I suppose it's easier saying it up
yeah
here.
Oh definitely, yeah, absolutely. And in the moment it can be very hard to see. There's a lot of noise, and
this kick out again has been contested 50-50, and are Baile Dubh going to win it? They have won it again. You don't often see that at sort of senior inter-county level. They work out a system of almost winning 75% of their kickouts, but it's 50-50 here,
absolutely,
isn't it?
yeah. Baile Dubh here are really pushing up and putting pressure on the kick out.
That's Leah Robin, forced into the corner, but feeds it back out again. They're having a lot of joy from that, but as we know, possession is key, and a tough challenge going in there, but not a foul, not a foul. And Kilcock are able to get it out, and Laura Gibbons has it now, but immediately there is pressure on her.
Yeah, Baile Dubh here seem to have pushed up a bit higher on the pitch, putting the pressure on higher up.
Is it that they're putting pressure, or is it just the pace of the game, or what is it? I mean, it's hard to tell, isn't it?
It is hard to tell, yeah, absolutely. But there you see Captain Jerry Rose out there around the middle of the field putting on big pressure on that ball going in.
And the ball is going in, it's going in direct. And it's been won in there, and it's just, as I say, refreshing to watch in this day and age. I always look forward to this weekend, even more than, to be honest, no harm to the senior final, but you know it'll be sort of game plans.
Yeah.
The game plans may be in place here, but they don't seem to last, which is entertaining.
Absolutely, yeah. Players have a bit of freedom and, you know, expressing themselves here. That's
great work by Heather Lee. She's one of the halfbacks that has only started really playing in the last year at senior level. And she is here now in a Leinster final. And the ball just booted out the field, and I can hear the likes of inter-county managers going, "What are you doing? You just kicked it away."
Absolutely, and just that bit of patience there to keep control of the ball.
The captain, Sarah O'Sullivan, she was going for a score, but it might end up being a pass, and it's worked out as a really good pass as well, and she's in here. There could be a chance, and played right across, and I'm not sure if that was an effort at a score either, but it's gone right across the field, and it is a little bit hectic, and this again has been pumped right into the middle, and it's like, put it in there and go for it. Cribben tries to get to it but doesn't, and I think Morris will get her free, and that sort of last 30 seconds kind of sums up the frantic nature of the game so far.
Yeah, a bit chaotic in there now.
Chaotic's a good word. It is indeed. You wonder what the managers and the sideline are making of this, but they're probably just as wrapped up in it as anybody else. That's great work again by the captain, O'Sullivan. Just got in there to just get the important hand of that for her team, and then Ashley O'Connor, she gets it again. She's got Emma Robinson her left, but doesn't get there. Instead, Jerry Rose, the captain for Baile Dubh, gets it to Clodagh Fitzhenry. And a lot of mistakes being made, and it's tough out there, and especially with it being so frantic and so much pressure on. So there's mistakes being made. Leah Robin, and they carry on regardless. They're not going to stand back and worry about that. They just keep going regardless. The pace moving forward is terrific, but that one just slips through. And it was Lauren Robin unable to take it, and Kilcock will come out with it instead, and it's Tegan McGonigal and the support over to this side, but that ball has gone straight to Breen. Breen uses her experience and leaves it off. And this is Orla Keogh again. Could have had a goal, and she's through again. She's nipped past 2 players and leaves it off. Might have been the wrong ball. She's given it to Robin, and the shot comes in and it's gone to the right, and I think it will be a 45. She might have been better going on her own there. What do you think?
Absolutely, and there's a second chance from Orla Keogh. She should have nearly took that on herself, and I suppose she was doing the unselfish thing, looking at her teammate there,
but when you look
Ciara
at it,
Rowan.
when she was going through, it felt to me she wanted to go on her right foot, and there was a player coming in from that side.
Yeah, so
and it might have been if it had landed in the player's arms, it probably would have been a goal.
Absolutely,
but it's just
I suppose the
and
pass
we've seen a lot of those passes that haven't been deadly accurate.
Yeah, they seem to be kind of behind the player, which is slowing the momentum of the direct run like that. That's great work from Orla Keogh. She's really slicing through that defence every time she gets the ball. Yeah,
she's getting closer.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel the goal is coming, definitely.
Now Breen just slides it out along the ground and keeps possession. That's good play. Try to keep possession and move it around and be patient. This is Abby O'Connor back to Morris again. Tries to play it over, but that's a misplaced kick pass. I think that's Lavin, and she capitalises. Referee gives very good advantage, and again they put it down towards Eve Powderly, who always makes herself available. She's followed by McGonigal, or rather not McGonigal, Heather Lee, the number 7 for Baile Dubh. Now, have they got a finish in them? That's number 11, Aisling O'Connor, and now the chance for Robinson, and she drills it. Sort of one of those ones, she's aiming for the crossbar, but knowing it'll probably go over, and it did.
Absolutely, and that's a great pass across over here. Great run from Emma Robinson.
And all the defenders went to the one player.
Absolutely,
didn't they?
yeah, absolutely.
Now the kick out, where's she going with it? Again, it's just a 50-50. And it goes all the way through. You can sort of see why the likes of inter-county managers, you know, they do get a system for possession from kickouts. It's so crucial. I'm not saying we want it here because it makes it entertainment, but you can see, you know, it just brings the pressure right back onto teams, doesn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. And I suppose when you're in possession of the ball, you want to keep it, and from kickouts especially, you know, you have possession. So
we haven't seen any short ones.
No,
nothing.
Nothing. Yeah, it's kind of just kicking out round the middle of the field, 50-50.
Yeah, but it's the press, I suppose, from both teams has been good.
Absolutely.
And we'll give credit to that. And then it's forced to go long, and it goes over the top. And even though Leah Robin was surrounded by 3 players, she still did brilliantly and still booted it right up the pitch to Ciara Robin. One end of the field and then the other. The transfer so fast. That's the beauty of it. And she's looking for a little bit of space here. Ciara one way and then the other. Needs help and has got that help. And I think that's the full forward there, Lauren Robin, who's left it off. And Breen goes for it again, this time off the left. And Lauren goes after it again, and they might get a score here. They're looking for an equaliser. It's Clodagh Fitzhenry. Back to Breen. And it's all frantic again. She's looking for a little bit of room, and she gets the decision from the referee. The challenge came in there from O'Sullivan, and that was an illegal challenge. We see it again here, and they're just following them around in packs. But it's like she's on her own there, isn't she? She sort of needs someone to sort of come with the release ball.
Absolutely, yeah. Those runners off the shoulder, and like we see when Baile Dubh Tier do that, they're very, very hard to stop.
But I suppose when you play the ball that fast into the attack, you just haven't time for everyone else to get up. She got the distance. She has, like she did with the first kick of the game. 4 points each after 22 minutes.
Yeah, great free. And I suppose it all came from a great ball there from Leah Rowan after winning the kick out. Great direct ball into the full forward line.
Exactly, yeah. And she was surrounded, as I say, by 3 players. But it was that willingness to get the ball in as quick as you possibly can. And that kick out again is a complete 50-50, and it's been won by Orla Keogh. She's the danger woman for Baile Dubh Tier so far, with her pace and directness, and she is the only one who's really managed to find holes through that tight green wall. She's got through once or twice. This time it's Robin trying to come through, but Breen again looking for another one, this time from play, but she's put that one to the right. She's not afraid to shoot. We'll give her that.
No, absolutely, and I suppose if you give her any space, she'll take her chance.
5-time All-Star nominee from 2010 to 2015 with Kerry. And now very much with Wexford, played for the county and now playing for the club, Baile Dubh Tier in a Leinster junior final in 2024. That one won again. The referee thought he'd given it left, but he's given it right to Kilcock. Free for them. That gives the defenders, and they are definitely playing a sweeper now. I see a way over to the right. So Kaylee Doyle is in there, yeah. Or Kaylee, is it? I think it is Kaylee Doyle, yeah. And it's her who gives it in, and it's Baile Dubh again. Going to try and build. 25 minutes gone. 5 minutes to half time here in Coralstown, Kinnegad. Ball played across the field, and Breen just lets it go through, knowing that she will pick it up. Gives it to Fitzhenry. This is O'Connor. Oh, and that's brilliantly intercepted by Tegan McGonigal. She's an under 20 for Kildare, and you can see why, and you can see why she's vice captain as well. And as you said earlier, Tracy, no fear among these young players. They're having a great impact in this game.
Absolutely, yeah. They're not letting the occasion get to them, and they're really going for this game. They're showing that they want it.
Got a free now for Kilcock from a fair bit of distance out, so she'll look to play it into Powderly. Powderly always seems to get out of that corner and wins it, but good tenacious defending, and it was by Kaylee Doyle again, having a great first half. Goalkeeper comes out to take it. Just checking on the Facebook, Kilcock GA club is watching. I hope they're all putting it on the big screens in the club, and Bridget Gormley McManus says let's go Kilcock, so a bit of support there for them. Let's have your messages coming up to half time. I'll try and read them out. I'd love to know where you're watching the game from. It mightn't just be a clubhouse in Kildare, it could be in Australia, it could be in Bahrain, as I was saying earlier. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know where you are, whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook. And we have another game directly after this one. The intermediate final is on after this one. It'll be on a separate stream, but it'll be on Facebook and YouTube as well. So tune in for that. D Rangers against Bennekerry Tinryland. And then tomorrow we have the senior final, Eadstown against Kilmacud Crooks. Is it me, Tracy Dillon, or is it the pace of this game starting to tell a wee bit? There's a few players starting to maybe not tire, but just the energy isn't quite the same as it was.
Absolutely. I think halftime is coming at a good time for both teams. It seems to be the intensity has just dropped slightly, and teams are making a few more mistakes. Although,
but here comes Lavin, direct play and blowing for over carrying, and I think that's the right decision, to be fair. She just carried it a bit too far and was trying to sort of get her way through. But
trying to get through three Baile Dubh tier girls there.
Exactly,
it was, you know.
Need to lay it off. That's that support I was thinking from, but players just waiting for the ball, the out ball, and there is the out ball, brilliantly taken by Breen, and she gets it again from Clodagh Fitzhenry. It is 100 miles an hour, and she keeps going, and what an athlete and what a servant. And then looks for support, and that's clever play, not just once but 2 or 3 times there, keeping good possession and giving it to players like Hannah Lawless, who has the pace to get through. And this is Clodagh Fitzhenry again. No, it's Ciara Robin this time. Clodagh's waiting for her, but there's an ambitious ball over the top. Well, if that had worked, it would have been a beauty, but it was, as I say, a little bit too ambitious, and Kilcock too wily for that. And you see now, definitely the pace is slowing a little bit here. Players coming out of defence, but definitely the pace is telling a little bit. And there's another poor ball right down the throat of the +1, or the sweeper, as I am used to calling them. And the sweeper, Kaylee Doyle, is coming out looking for it again. She's going to get it again. So it's one player goes for it, and then another. And they just keep going, and they go at them and go at them. This is Lauren Robin giving it out to Laura O'Neill, number 2, all the way up. Numbers mean absolutely nothing. She lays it off. Lauren Robin again, and it's all direct, never mind going out the field, and she's got her free. You're too young, Tracy, but this reminds me of a great boxing match back in the day. Marvin Hagler against the hitman Tommy Hearns, and for 3 rounds they just bit the head of each other.
Yeah,
no
absolutely.
stepping back at all, and it was an amazing fight, and that sort of reminds me what this is like.
Yeah, you can see both teams really going at it. Neither team are holding back.
Now she's put over one free from in the middle. This is a wee bit out on the left, a wee bit tricky, but she's probably got the distance, but she'll be looking to give it short if she can. And indeed, there comes the move from Abby O'Connor. and gives it to her, but she's going for it now, but that's not going to reach, but it could be dangerous. No, it's gone to the right and it's gone wide, and they seem a wee bit void of ideas when they get to that sort of area, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely, and I suppose not to be critical, but a bit wasteful of good ball that they have up there, you know. If they hold on to possession and wait for that runner, possibly it could expose a better opportunity for them.
That's the patience I was talking about, yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, the managers will maybe stress that message at half-time. We're coming right up to the break now. There shouldn't be too much time. There haven't been many stoppages. It's been well refereed, and the players have got on about their business. They've went for it, and they haven't been stalling in any way, and it's been a good pace to the game. That's going to be turned over for over-carrying, and she threw the ball away there, Sheena. But the referee, I don't think he's seen that, but he's let it go. I know in the Premier League you'd be in trouble for that.
Absolutely.
You get sent off for that.
Orla Keogh, she's doing great work there around the middle of the field.
And Sheena does brilliantly to get a boot in there to get it back. But again, they will come again. Yeah, Sheena's been one of the players, or rather, she's been one of the players of the first half. This is Jerry Rose coming up for the attack now and leaves it off to Kaylee. She's had a great game as well.
Absolutely,
We're talking about players of the first half, and a free there spotted, but it's going the other way. I didn't see what happened there, did you?
No, I didn't see. I'm not sure what that free was for.
Was it a hand sort of going in off the ball when she was on the ball, maybe to keep a player off? I'm not sure. But the referee right on the spot, and he's had a good first half, Ian Colbert. And now Kilcock, can they get a score in added time at the end of the first half? They're 1 minute in, advantage given again. He's been really good playing that advantage. And that ball is coming back after the advantage allowed, and it's going to be a free, and that will probably suit Baile Dubh. They look a bit tired and quite happy that the ball's come back out the field.
Yeah, gives them a few seconds to get back as well.
Don't think there'll be too much longer, and as they say that, the whistle goes. And an entertaining first half, only 4 points each. If you look at it on the scoreboard, Tracy, you think maybe that wasn't a great game, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely, and I suppose the scoreboard probably doesn't reflect the work and the intensity that both teams are bringing. They're creating good opportunities for themselves, I suppose. Just what we said, that bit of patience might just be what they need to bring now to the second half.
What do you think will shade it in that second half apart from that? Well, what else do you see as sort of areas where, or do you just see it as a complete 50-50? I mean, I can't call it.
Yeah, I think Baile Dubh here, I suppose those 2 goal chances that they've had, I think that's coming for them. I think maybe the first team that does kind of open up for a goal might give them a bit of a lift to push on. But they are quite well matched, to be fair, and the matchups on both sides are very good. They seem to have cut off that kind of long pass into Grace White there for Kilcock. By dropping back that sweeper.
Sorry, I'm just busy getting rid of scammers who are on the Facebook page. They're such a nuisance. But one good comment from Deirdre Farrell. Come on, Kilcock. Deirdre and Graham Nairn supporting you from sunny Spain.
Lovely, very good.
Just rubbing it in.
Yeah.
We're in sunny Coralstown, Kinnegad. I mean, I can't believe it's the 9th of November and it's so mild. You know, it's grand here as well, but we're certainly not reaching for the sun cream.
No, definitely not. But
isn't it great that people in like Spain can watch this?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, in 2015 Leinster final.
Absolutely. Yeah, we you know, it's great. Like, you know, I remember when we were playing it and families were watching from, you know, New York, or it's brilliant opportunity to be able to hook into a live stream.
Just checking on the other live chat. There was a few messages on the YouTube as well. Emma Barry, good luck to Andrea McGrath. That's the full-back for Kilcock. That is from all in Melbourne. Oh, and Abby says it's not like Roban. It's but the pronunciation of the Roban. There's quite a few of their players. She says, oh no, actually it's been deleted now. Someone's deleted that message just as I was trying to read it. Yeah, I was trying to work that out. It looks like Roban, but it's pronounced Robin. Robin, that's what I was trying to do. I think so, or maybe she's trying to tell me, but just as I tried to read it, it disappeared. Anyway, we'll keep an eye on those, and we'll also maybe just take a wee break now because there's not much happening, and I think there'll be 5 or 6 minutes, and we all want to go away and we get a wee cup of tea. So we'll be back in 5 minutes. Welcome back for the second half. Players out in the middle ready to go. James Byrne has sent a message, says, I'm one of the managers, Kilcock, all the games, but my last game. I'm not sure what he's trying to say there. I think he's support anyway for Kilcock. And we got messages clarifying the pronunciation. R-O-B-A-N, Roban we're going to go with. Earlier I did listen to an interview with the captain and I thought she said Robin, so I was going with that, but Roban will go with in the second half, and there's plenty of them out there. John O'Farah has sent a message, Amor to Grace White and Kilcock from Gidor. I wonder, is that relating to the message I mentioned earlier on about the engagement? Or was that the other team? I can't remember now. Oh, that was Grace White. Of course it is. That's the Dunlo, the Gidor connection. I get it now. Thanks for that message. That explains it. So support from Donegal for the team from Kildare in this 2024 AIB Leinster Junior Championship final. Tied at 4 points each here in Coralstown, Kinnegad. Kilcock in the green with the yellow band, and they get it to their vice captain, Tegan McGonigal. Sounds like a Donegal name. She gives it into Aisling O'Connor, and she's got a bit of room here. She's got a good right foot, just trying to get within range and allowed to get within range, and she puts it just inside the post. And the defence backed off there, Tracy Dillon.
Absolutely, yeah. Aisling O'Connor got in quite easy there, so she did. She steadied herself and she put that perfectly over the bar.
Maybe they were worried about them getting in for a goal, but they definitely stood off and let her just get those extra inches to get the score. So a good start to the second half for Kilcock, but well taken from the kick out for Baile Dubh Tira. As soon as one team gets a score, the other team goes on the attack. So I don't think there's been more than 1 point in it in the entire game, Tracy, am I right?
No, yeah, they haven't been separated by anything more. The margins are very fine.
Roban, and off she goes. That's a lovely ball. It could even be a goal. There's a chance here, and he puts it with her left foot wide of the post. Lauren Roban, well, we'll get another look at it, and it looked easier to score there. She tried to place it rather than blast it. She calls for it, as you see. And a little bit of a tug, and that would have been a lovely goal, but just the wrong side.
Yeah, very unlucky there. So it was, yeah, she, as you mentioned, she tried to place it perfectly down into that corner, and unfortunately just slid it past the upright.
Might have been better just drilling it along the ground.
Yeah, sometimes
easy to
it's
say
hard
up
to
here,
know.
I know.
Yeah.
But that a big moment could have been the first goal of the game in the second minute. As I said, 1 point at one and nearly a goal at the other. That's the sort of game it is. Now she gets a chance to make amends. Lauren slips it inside, but that's going to be taken nicely. I think that's Tegan back there again, is it?
Yeah.
She gives it straight back though to Lauren Robin. Dare I say earlier in the second half, but mistakes being made quite a lot and possession changing hands a lot. And Roban gives it out to Abby O'Connor, and it's very congested in there. Orla Kyo is in there and she's trying to slip it off, and it is indeed Roban again, but look at the amount of players around her. And it's like a rugby scrum there. It's like last night.
Those tight passes are very hard with the Kilcock defence. There's an awful lot of them back there.
Yeah, and they sort of mark zonally. They've got that whole area around the middle there.
Yeah, they're well set up in that regard, so they are.
But having said that, there's been 3 goal chances there.
Yeah, exactly. Baile Dubh Tira seem to be finding the gaps.
Yeah, 2 in the first half if you are only joining us. One hit the bar, Orla Kyo with a great effort. Then another, she sliced through and laid it off, but the pass wasn't good, and then that chance a minute ago, but still no goals. But they have had the goal threat. Kilcock leading by a point, and the Kildare champions again doing well there, and now they're looking to transition, pressure on them, but they still manage to get out. Now where is the out ball? Baile Dubh Tira have a sweeper back there. That's Kaylee Doyle, number 20.
Yeah.
And it's a good ball inside though, looking for Cribben. And Cribben has support here. She's Sarah Lavin, but the challenge comes in from that sweeper, or +1, and she gets a challenge in, but Lavin still persists, and she's going, and she might go all the way. She shoots low, but shoots straight into the arms of the goalkeeper, Aoife Dunn, and know that she took it a fair distance, but maybe needed to take a few more steps and just put it straight into the arms.
And you know what? She had a lot more space than I think she thought she did. She could have kept going for another 4 or 5 yards.
Or drawn the defender, or drawn the goalkeeper.
And there was,
but we've seen a few examples of that.
Yeah, definitely.
That's Aisling O'Connor taking it quickly out to Grace White, the top scorer. Hasn't had too many chances today though. think she got one nice point early on her right foot, but that's a lovely ball inside to Aisling O'Connor. Another goal chance, but this time she goes high and gets her point, and it's a 2-point lead, and for the first time in the game there is a little bit of daylight.
Absolutely, yeah, and I suppose she nearly could have got that goal chance there, but she wanted to go on the right foot.
Well, maybe after the last one a minute ago she was thinking, I'll take my point.
Let's settle ourselves here, yeah.
But that's, what, 4 minutes into the second half, and we've had goal chances at either end, so it is opening up. So 2 points in the second half, both for Kilcock, but a great goal chance at the other end. That is Sarah Lavin again. Well, she's a bit of a goal getter. She's scored a goal a game for at least 4 games, but none so far today. Aisling O'Connor again, and she's been dispossessed, and a chance now for the Wexford champions to break. There's a player over here, and it's Orla Keogh, and we know all about her pace so far, and off she goes. She's going to be met by McGonigal, but steps past her. What a player, what a talent. And she's had 2 chances so far for goal. They haven't had a goal so far. They still don't, but at least they get a point out of it. And there was a bit of an ooh from the crowd as if they're disappointed. They wanted more, but at least they've got a point. But what a player Keogh is, Tracy.
Absolutely. The distance she covered and the perfect pass then into Laura Roban there in the full forward line. Just skimmed over the crossbar.
6 points to 5 then. And it's even more exciting than the first half was. We had 3 points already, and we could have had a couple of goals. You just cannot call this one, and it's the Wexford champions now who have the sideline ball. A lot of possession has been given away to the other side from kickouts on both sides, but it does make it very entertaining and unpredictable. Ciara Roban now, and she just pumps it in there, but it's a little bit aimless, and it's easily taken. Tegan McGonigal feeds it out, but the press again on the player coming out makes it difficult. There's been turnovers and turnovers off turnovers.
Absolutely.
That's Sophie Nolan back there, number 15, a 19-year-old student for Kilcock, doing really well. Now this is Sheena Byrne. She made her debut in 1998, before Sophie Nolan was even born.
Wow.
That's what you get at this level.
Absolutely.
Aisling O'Connor, off she goes now. It really is opening up. You can just see it so clearly, and the chances are there now, and the shot goes in, and that could even have dropped into the top corner, but it's gone over the bar, and it's been an electric, entertaining start to the second half, and Kilcock with their 3rd point.
Yeah, from Eve Powderly there. That was a great score. She took on her defender, steadied herself and put it straight over the bar. As you said, it could have easily gone under the bar.
If you're a manager here, you're probably thinking now we need fresh legs to go in, I would imagine. So we might see movement on the sideline in the next few minutes as they try to address this, and that's Orla Keogh again. What energy that she has. Outnumbered, but she still comes away with the ball. She is such a talent for them, and she's one of the reasons why they still have a great chance. Now Bernie Breen, the great Bernie Breen, 5-time All-Star nominee from Kerry. Now with Baile Dubh, Tira slips it through to Ciara Roban, and has the chance gone? The referee says there's no foul there, play on, and the chance has gone.
Wow, that's some great defending there, right on the 14-yard line. My God, they got back and they steadied themselves. They could have easily committed a foul there, but they did very well to turn the ball over.
On the other side of it, a little bit of composure, and there could be more scores here. There's definitely goals here for whichever team can just have you show a bit of composure, but that's easy to say. When you're out there playing in a Leinster Junior Championship final, it's 100 miles an hour, and that's exactly what's happened again there with Heather Lee, and she's just lost possession at the last minute.
Yeah, it's getting a bit frantic, so it is.
Getting a bit frantic?
Yeah.
Well, you used the word chaotic earlier on in the first half, and it's getting, I'd say, getting more chaotic. But yeah, I know what you mean, 100 miles an hour, but great stuff. And then one end to the other. And now it's Eve Powderly again. She had a great first half, and now she's adding scores as well. A little dummy there. And feeds it inside and gets it again. She's on that left foot. No, she's gone on to the right, leaves it off to Grace White. And there's one for you up in Gweedore. They take a 3-point lead, and what was the saying about only 1 point between the teams? Kilcock have now put 3 points between them after 8 minutes of the second half, and really well worked. And Powderly and White have been a great double act up there.
Absolutely, they work very well together, so they do. You can see them trying to make space for each other unselfishly inside, and that was a great score from Grace White to push out the margins.
And Kilcock get possession again in the middle of the field with McGonigal, their vice-captain, the Kildare under-20 player. This is Laura Gibbons, who missed their successes a few years ago because of injuries, but she is back now and fully participating. And And it's the Wexford defence who have won that one. I'm trying to see what number it is away over there. That was good defending for them, but a lot of tired limbs out there, and there's a lot of girls chomping at the bit on the sideline to come on. I just wonder, will they get their chance in the next 5 minutes or so? I don't see any movement just yet. It was actually the number 5, Hannah Lawless, by the way, who won that last ball, but Kilcock come again. And Aisling O'Connor seems to get a lot of room in there, but they've wasted that one. And it's Baile Dubh who get it. Now I see Tegan McGonigal sitting in a sweeper position for Kilcock, so Baile Dubh can't kick it. They're going to have to go through the hands, and they do that, but it's very tight in there. Now that's broken, and it's broken to the right player because Keogh has it again, and she tries to find Leah Robban, who's only 16 years old. Her twin Emily is in the subs. Off she goes again. Great pace, but she's lost the ball, but a tug on the jersey, and referee gives great advantage, and she keeps going and rifles it into the top of the net. One of the twins, the 16-year-old, sweet 16 for Baile Dubh. Tira, the Wexford champions, are back in business with the first goal of the game. Persistence, tenacity, pace, youth, it had everything. What a goal.
Oh my God, that was absolutely huge work there from Leah Robban. So it was brilliant. And again, pivotal to the score was Orla Keogh at the middle of the field.
Well, as we said, they've had that threat all along. And
absolutely.
there it is, you were right.
Yeah.
We said that they had that, and indeed, at maybe the 4th time of asking, great finish, and the keeper wasn't going to get near that one. Belted into the top of the net. Now Aisling O'Connor, I said she had plenty of room, now she doesn't. She's well followed this time by Jerry Rose O'Connor. The two O'Connors battling it out there. And Kilcock, after building up that 3-point lead with 3 great points, saw it wiped away in the blink of an eye. Swung up in the air and wide from Grace White to the left. 10-11 minutes into the second half, and look at this here again. This is a chance again, and she puts it high but just to the left, and it remains level. In fact, the scoreboard has gone to 9 points. I think
that possibly went over.
Oh, did it go over? I thought it was wide. Oh, great.
No, I think that possibly went over for Grace White there.
All right, thanks for that. I didn't realise. And they might get another one here. This is Aisling O'Connor, and leaves it off again, and it's the same player again. It's Grace White. Well, she's found her range. She's got 2 in a row.
Yeah.
And that's a great response from
absolutely brilliant, and I suppose they needed that after the goal. That was brilliant work from Grace White. So it is. She's really opening up that 12-forward line.
But good work by O'Connor as well to feed it out to her. She seems to be the outball all the time, but they need to have somebody to win it to get it out there. But a good response. So in the second half, it was 4 points each. It's 6 points to 1-1. So that's 6 points to 2 scores in the second half. That probably tells its own story. Kilcock have had the more chances that have been in the game more, and Baile Dubh Tira have only scored the 1 point, but they have that danger. Both of their scores came from really pacey counter-attacks.
Absolutely, yeah, and very good support play, and it just shows you when they do have patience and provide that support play that the scores are coming off it.
Now, is there a sub? Is the captain going off? It looks like Jerry Rose O'Connor, the number 3 for Baile Dubh Tira, is going to the side, and Bernie Breen is going to the side as well. Are they both being replaced? Yeah, they both look like they have gone off, or has Breen just gone to the sideline to get a drink of water? I think that's what it is. So Breen's coming back on. I was thinking she wouldn't be going off. Now, can we pick up the sub for Baile Dubh? Do you see who's come on now? It's this girl here, is it? Yeah,
I need to try.
Just see the number in a second. 18, and that's
Katie Bow, I think, seems to be in.
Name again?
Katie Bow.
Katie Bow, that's it. Yeah, Katie Bow is in, wearing number 18. And they have a few subs you can throw in there. Sarah Keogh, Emily Robban, the likes of Ellen Kelly. But it's Bow who's come on for them, and around the middle of the field, and the ball's going straight towards her now. Brilliant taken by Keogh, and now the sub might get a chance. Let's see if she's got pace as well. I bet she has, but actually she stops and comes back and feeds it inside, and that was a tricky one because Orla was had a lot of company there, but she still managed to do well, and now gets it to Bow again. Well, the sub very much involved in linking the play up really well, and gets it to Leah Robban. And now a chance. Well, he threw for another goal. Well, a point will do them if she gets it over the bar, and she's put it wide. She's put it wide from in there. And there's a player down injured. I think it's the sub, or not the sub, the girl who's named in subs but then started the game, Laura Gibbons. But that was a golden opportunity there, Tracy.
Yeah, absolutely. And I suppose lively, fresh legs there from Katie Bow. She was straight into the action as soon as she came onto the pitch.
But it looked easier to score. Yet she still managed to swing it. She got the height, but just maybe didn't quite compose herself. But that's definitely a missed opportunity. But What sort of effect does a miss like that have on a team? We'll watch it again here.
Yeah.
We have watched it again, rather. What sort of effect can that have on a team?
I suppose
sometimes a wee score gives you a bit of a lift, and then you go, oh, come on.
Definitely, especially when the margins are as tight as they are, and those opportunities are being missed. You're definitely going to be maybe down in the dumps a bit, but I suppose they're going to pick up the intensity here and push on.
Now I see another player maybe coming in. I think there's another sub being made, 17 for 14, and it is indeed the player who just missed that, I think, Lauren Roban. 17 is the one I was mentioning, Emily Roban. That's the twin sister, I think, of Leah, who got the goal.
Yeah.
So the twins are on now, the twin threat for Baile Dubh, and they've got it, and that's gone straight to Ciara Roban, and she is going straight for goal if she can on that left foot, and she'll just take her point, and that's a wise decision at this point, Tracy.
Absolutely, that's a great score, so it is, and there was two Kilcock defenders right beside her. She did the right thing putting that over the bar.
Just brings it back to a 1-point game again, and just gets them on the scoreboard again.
Absolutely, there's lots of time. They're dead right to be popping the balls over the bar if they can.
And it's disappointing for Lauren Roban there. She was very unlucky, and she had a really good game in there, but she had the goal chance as well. But some days, that'll just go inside the post, and it was just unlucky.
Absolutely, very unlucky, so it was.
But if you're the management, you're going, look, 15 minutes to go here. We need to put a few chances over, and it looks like they've made a few good substitutions, because Bo has got lots of pace, and she's just playing around the middle there, and she looks about 14, but she's got pace, and she's been using the ball well, and she'll just give Kilcock's defence something else to think about.
Absolutely, yeah. Lively fresh legs there.
That's intercepted for Kilcock. I think it was 15, it was indeed. It was Sophie Nolan. And off they go again. It feels like they haven't had an attack for a while after a good spell. They just can't put Baile Dubh Tira away. They got a 3-point lead. They got a 2-point lead, but Baile Dubh still there right in their face. And now it's their turn to try and find a way through. Crossfield ball, a little bit in hope, but it's worked out, and it's dropped to Sarah Lavin, and she has just swung a leg at it and put it over the bar, and it ended up rather straightforward.
Yeah, that's a great score. There was pressure right on her shoulder, so there was. It's a brilliant score from Sarah Lavin. 2-point
lead again. Now these kickouts could go anywhere, and she drills it over to the left hand side, and it's going to be picked up by, I'm not struggling to see that white
it's
number.
Emma Robinson over there.
Is it 10?
Yeah.
But did they get a sideline ball out of it? They did, yeah. The Wexford champions have got it. See lots of players looking to come on. They're chomping at the bit to come into this, make a name for themselves in the last 15 minutes. But it's anybody's. Kilcock, I would say, maybe slight favourites at this point. I know they have the lead, but apart from that, they just seem to be taking their scores better, and Baile Dubh are relying on sort of the odd counter when they are really dangerous, but Kilcock are more consistent.
Yeah, absolutely, across the pitch.
This is Rihanna Cribben. Does well to come inside. She saw the challenge, and that's a lovely ball. She slipped in to Sarah Lavin as well. They're cutting through, and the shot comes in from Powderly on her right side, but it's blocked down. That's good defending for Baile Dubh Tira, and they're looking for an out ball now, and the sub is there, but not anymore. That's been closed up, but the ball over the top might reach her, or it might get to Ciara Roban, and it does. Now the sub is waiting for it. Bo is ahead of her, and she's stretching the Kilcock defence, and now she's found a little bit of room, and well found by Hannah Lawless, and she goes past her marker. Alana Morrow has to check back and gives it to Lawless again, the 17-year-old, and she runs into traffic, scooped up again. They're looking for a score here, Baile Dubh Tira, just to get back into this and keep them in the face. And it is a number 10, Leah Roban. And she is faced up. She's going to get a free in. And the Kilcock defence are disappointed with that decision. They felt that they had done enough in there, but it's a free in.
Absolutely, yeah, and it's great work there from Leah Roban.
I'm glad we got that correct.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every time I say it now, I'm trying to think, but they did get the goal. And it's 11 points to 1-6 with 12 minutes to go, but this should bring it back to a 1-point game again. I'm just checking on the Facebook to see everything's okay there, and it is. I'm checking if anybody wants to send us a message on there. Feel free to do that either on YouTube or on Facebook. Big audience on YouTube, people watching on there. And I know there's an audience around the world. We've had messages from Spain and from Bahrain. And there is the point, bringing it back to a 1-point game. It's got very exciting. Well, it's been exciting, but it's even more exciting now because we're down into the last 10 minutes, the final stretch. But who is going to make the break for glory? Short kick out. Like I said earlier, we didn't have many of them, but that's where you get possession, and you can hear the supporters now for Kilcock are finding their voice as well, trying to help them over the line. There'll be a lot of tired limbs out there. It's been an energy sapping game. 49 and a half. Well, actually, what are they saying? Is that the Baile Dubh or is that Kilcock?
Kilcock, I think.
Oh, that's Kilcock.
Yeah,
okay.
the loud Kilcock supporters here.
And they are on the attack under the scoreboard here in Coralstown, Kinnegad. Coming up to the 50-minute mark. Scoreboard says 11 points to 10. 11 to 1-7. Fed back out, and the shot, a bit of a snapshot, and it might drop into the arms of the corner forward there, but doesn't, and it's gone wide. You've just no idea what way this one's going to go. Absolutely. But that's the beauty of it, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And I suppose now's the time to be really steady in yourself and be sure of those scores coming down to crunch time.
Even the kick-outs, you've no idea where they're going to go. It's up for grabs. Bo, the sub, is in there. It breaks. Who's going to get to it first? That's clever work by O'Sullivan, the captain. And she made sure that she got there first, and that's great possession from the captain. Great leadership and a great pass as well from her. And she's left it off to Rihanna Cribben, and she got it inside the post. She has. Brilliant score, 2-point lead, and that was all about the captain.
Absolutely, that was huge work from her there on the kick out, and a perfect pass there into Rihanna Cribben.
I'm not saying there's been a lot of shape to the game, but now there's like no shape.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's where something like that can come from.
Yeah, you know, you switch off for that second and something like that can happen.
Well, we think about Parnell Park 2015 when your sister Sarah came on. Was it Sarah?
It was Sarah, yeah.
And she came on and like, what was she, 14?
14, yeah, just
and
gone
put it in the top corner in the last minute, you know. And
absolutely.
It was like the other team were going, oh crikey, who's this coming on? So something like that could happen.
Definitely.
22 on for 9 now for Baile Dubh. So Abby O'Connor is off, and Ellen Kelly, now I did mention her earlier, she's got a really good kick off the ground. So if they get any free, she'd probably take that and put it over. She's 32 years old, and she is a player who's come in recent games and made an impact. So she's the sort of girl who could win the game and be the hero today. Kick out from Aoife Dunn. She seems to favour that side, but it's well intercepted, but only to go over the line, and it's a Baile Dubh Tira ball.
Yeah, it's great work from Emma Robinson there on that left-hand side of the pitch. Yeah,
she's had an underrated sort of performance, or undervalued, shall we say. We haven't said too much about it, but she's put in a lot of good work.
Absolutely, her work rate off the ball has been huge.
Now it's Kilcock again. Good possession from them, and O'Sullivan, the captain, running in to Kyo, or the referee interpreted that slightly different to the way I described it, to be fair, and he's right. It's a free. O'Sullivan, and she's come into the game in the last 5-10 minutes as well a little bit more. Her influence there, steadying it down. You can see why she is the leader. Made captain of the team in February this year at the age of 20. This is Kyo though. Pacey player on the other side, and she'll look to get it back and go on a run. Looking up, and the sweeper is now Keegan McGonigal again for Kilcock. She's sitting in there, but here comes Kyo. She's looking up immediately on the ball, and she goes for the direct ball and puts a great ball in there to the sub, and it is indeed Ellen Kelly, and she looks to leave it off, but it goes astray. They managed to rescue it, but a lot of players have come back now. The second phase of the attack has got Kelly again with a clever ball popped inside to Leah Roban, and she's off on a run. A point will do for her team, and that's a good one. That's a good point at this time. 7 minutes to go, and she gets it back to a 1-point game again. And if you're a Kilcock, you're thinking, these girls won't go away.
Absolutely, and especially Leah Roban there. She's been absolutely a thorn in their sides on that attack. If they can get her on the ball, she seems to be getting a score every time.
Emer Kelly, the Meath woman who plays for the club in Kildare, with the kick out. And it's a good one. And what's the referee given? Free in for Baile Dubh Tira. By the way, the All-Ireland is coming up. Not that these players are thinking about that as well, but in the All-Ireland semi-finals, the winners of this will play the winners from Ulster. And their final is next weekend. We'll be live streaming that as well for Ulster ladies. It's between Warren Point and County Down, and Downings way up in the other corner of the province in Donegal. Free in again. A couple of decisions going for Baile Dubh Tira, but they've been trailing for more or less the whole half.
Absolutely, they're finding it hard to break through and get in on a score.
Well, I think that's why Ellen Kelly's on, but Kilcock have the ball and they're going to come out with it again. I just wonder psychologically if they could just get ahead, Baile Dubh, but at the minute they just can't get close enough. They just get within a point, but they can't seem to get the score to get into the lead. And it's a free this time for Kilcock. Nearly 5 minutes of normal time to go. Kilcock have the possession, but they've just put that one over the sideline and straight into the Baile Dubh Tira dugout.
Yeah, they seem to be rushing things a little bit, and I suppose they're the ones on top. You know, they should be taking their time.
But it seems like they haven't scored for a while. Not that it's been a high-scoring game. Just the one goal and only 4 points each at half-time. But it's certainly been thrilling, and there's a great ball. That's a great pass. And great movement as well by Sarah Lavin, to be fair. And as she swung it over, she has. And that was a nice pass, but I say for me, Tracy, that was all about her movement in behind.
Absolutely, yeah. Huge movement inside to shadow the defender off to the right and then get the ball there on the left.
It's like the defenders were going, where'd she go?
Yeah, yeah, she shimmied well inside.
And that could be a crucial score. It puts 2 in it again. Now there's one of the subs who's come in for Baile Dubh Tira, number 17, and it is Emily Roban, the other twin, only 16 years old. She came in about 5 or 6 minutes ago. Now there's a collision, but the referee says play on. And psychologically, I wonder what differences it make, because you're 1 point down and then 2 points down. You're thinking, well, one's not enough, or you don't think about that. You just get on with it. They try to get it to Ellen Kelly again. She's been brought on to give them a little bit of something else in the last 5 minutes or so, and she's knitting it together. Now she's on the ball, not going for her own score, just trying to knit it, but it's too tight in there.
Yeah,
and Kilcock get it. Good defending by Kildare. They have all the players back there, and they just made it all very congested. And now they have the out ball, and they've got a good out ball. It's gone to Emma Robinson, and again she doesn't hang around. She puts it straight to Grace White. There's a lot of room, and there's a run through the middle, and if she gets it, it's a one-on-one. The crowd sense it. They're going crazy here. Oh, and the tackle comes back, and it is Marie Finnan, I think, the number 2, and a very, very cynical challenge to stop her there. And you can see why she did it, but there was a goal on, and I think she didn't have to do it because she'd caught her.
Absolutely.
But she gets the challenge in and brings her down.
She had Bernie Breen then on the inside. She was coming to help defend.
And it was Eve Powderly who was through, and she got a great point early on. I suppose she could have got through for a goal, but I don't think she would have, to be honest.
Absolutely. Baile Dubh Tira have been getting back nicely.
So she's going to be down for a minute or so that'll eat up the clock a little bit. It will be added on, of course, but it says 3 minutes to go. So we're reckoning about 5 or 6 minutes maximum to go, but this should be a point as well. So it's 13 points to 1-8, and this puts a goal between the teams, you would imagine. So 3 points, and they're hardly going to get 3 points, so they're going to have to try and go for goal at the other end. But
absolutely.
You know, they have had goal chances, but they've been few and far between, and not for a while. Kilcock have defended really well, and they nearly get caught there, Baile Dubh Tira, on the break.
Yeah, and I think those missed goal chances for Baile Dubh Tira might be coming back to haunt them a little bit at this stage of the game.
So it's Grace White as the clock ticks towards 58 minutes. She will take her time. We should be thinking, as she puts it over, about player of the match as well. There is a player of the match award. Now, it's not our decision, but I'd be just interested if anybody thinks online and wants to leave a message there who they think would be player of the match. But there have been a lot of stars on both teams today. It'd be really, really hard to pick. There's a short kick out, goes to Orla Keogh. They haven't had too many of them, but they get it to the right player. I don't know why they haven't done that more often today, but it's worked here. But the kick goes straight to Tegan McGonigal. She read it brilliantly, and here's the counter. And it's Kilcock, the Kildare champions, with Sarah Lavin. She's got a goal again, but she leaves it off unselfishly this time. And Grace White might have finished the job. That's a 4-point lead with a minute to go. It's the biggest gap between the teams so far, and they look like they might just be able to get over the line here in this Leinster Junior final. It was all about young McGonigal, only 19 years old, and the great finish by Lavin.
Absolutely, yeah. And Grace White there, she's popping up when they need her every single time.
Was it White got that one or Lavin?
White.
It was White,
White,
I said
yeah.
Lavin. I get the two of them mixed up a little bit there at the end, but they're both very, very good at putting it over the bar. But now the counter is for Baile Dubh Tira, and it's Leah Roban, and she's got a bit of space. The sub bow is through. They have to go for goal. The foul comes in, and it is a foul, and it's a rather cynical one, but it might be a tick, but it matters not. It's one of those ones where you can understand them doing it, but you don't like to see it.
Yeah,
you can't condone it, but she had to do it.
Yeah, definitely.
But maybe if they'd given the ball a little bit quicker, well, I guess it's not so easy when there's someone pulling on your arm, but that was a chance you felt. And they still are going to go for goal. Ellen Kelly leaves it off to Leah Roban, and the block comes in. And that's the problem for Baile Dubh now. They have to go for the goal, and points, well, they will need a point as well, but it's that desperate time for them. They get it to Orla Keogh. Will they take their point now? Again, they drill it low, and it's going to go out for a 45.
Yeah, two great blocks there. Kilcock are just packing out that back line. They'll sacrifice a point, I think, but they're not letting in any goals.
Exactly. You've been there, Tracy. You're sounding like someone who's been in this situation many times.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, I suppose, when they are the 4 points ahead.
And we're now in the first minute of added time. Ellen Kelly, as I said, she's good off the grounds. And she's sitting this down like she knows what she's doing, but she's going to just go with a simple short pass, but McGonigal is going to win that, and that will break Baile Dubh Tira hearts, because Kilcock have turned it over just when Baile Dubh thought they were going to get a score. Referee says no foul there. He says play on, and they do play on, and they get it to Emma Robinson, and she's on her own up there. Is she going to finish the job? They're 4 points up. No, she gives it inside. And McGonigal, for me, by the way, with that interception, it's not the first one. She made the interception for the last point. She's certainly in the running for player of the match. Definitely.
McGonigal is doing huge work there for Kilcock.
Rihanna Cribben again, and again they just bomb it in there. And Robinson is there, or rather that's Lavin this time, and she's got it. And it's Robinson way over to the left if they can get it to her. They do get it to her, and if she can get a kick in here, it's all frantic. It's the second minute of added time. And it's Kilcock with a 4 point lead, and surely they are over the line now, and especially with a 45, which will eat up a little bit more time.
Absolutely, yeah, and I think they would have been happy enough nearly with a wide there just to burn down the clock.
I feel sorry for Baile Dubh here. They've given it absolutely everything, but I just got the feeling halfway through the second half that they just weren't getting enough scores on the boards.
Absolutely, yeah, and those missed chances are definitely going to be food for thought this evening.
Morris coming out there, wanting to give the ball back and wanting to get them to take it quickly. Kilcock supporters enjoying this one. It's going to be a famous day, I think, for their club. Just checking the messages on Facebook and YouTube. I'd like to hear your contender for player of the match. If you want to give us a suggestion there and tell us what you thought of the match or where you've been watching it from. And that's the beauty of club football. Kilcock in County Kildare, but I'm sure they've supporters all over the place. Baile Dubh Tira in the third minute of added time. 4 points each at half time. They were 3 points down. They got a goal, they levelled it. They have Bernie Breen, now evergreen in her 40s. She's moved from Kerry to Wexford and playing with her club and hoping to get them over the line, but it would be a sensation if they did it at this point. But they've lots of young girls out there who have no fear and will keep running at the Kilcock defence. But Kilcock have 14 players back there inside their own, well, not even the 45, inside from the D towards their own goals. There is no way through, or is there? Orla Keogh doesn't deserve to be on the losing side. Free awarded, but they're going to have to pop it in quickly, and they do. They look for Ellen Kelly, but it's gone over her head towards Alma Morris. There's just a green and yellow wall in there, and the black shirts are trying to find a way through, and again they pump it in there, and it could go anywhere, and it's spilled. Indeed, somebody needs to get a boot on it, and the referee, what's he given? Hot ball.
I think both girls got their hands on at the exact same time there.
A hot ball. 64 minutes gone. We're now in the 65th minute of the game. Kilcock from Kildare on the brink. The last Kildare winners, Maynooth in 2008. It's been 16 years. Baile Dubh Tira from Wexford. They were Wexford champions last year. They get a free in, and you know where this has got to go.
Absolutely, they're going to have to go for it.
Well, either low or aim it towards the crossbar. What do you think?
God, it's hard. Nearly the whole Kilcock team is in there on the line. She's going to have to go for it.
She drills it, and it does go over the bar. Well, they still needed a point.
Absolutely, yeah.
If there's time and they get a goal here, you know, they still would have needed that.
Yeah.
But is there time? That is the question.
Into the 65th minute now.
It's all about the kick out. Emer Kelly, 36 years old, puts it high in the air, and there is no more time. And it's the first Kildare champion since Maynooth in 2008. The 2024 Leinster Junior champions are Kilcock, and they have won by 15 points to 1-9, and they deserved it in the end. A really, really good team performance. They did score more, and they kept popping over the points, and they'd stars all over the field. Young players, old players, you name it. And some of their supporters are now getting out onto the pitch, and they don't usually allow that here, but somehow they've managed to get out there. And I see Robert Cox out there in the middle, and he's somebody hanging off him, and he's got his phone out as well, and he's trying to get shots. It's a famous day for the club, and Tracy, Dylan, you would have to say they did deserve it. Would you agree?
Absolutely, 100% agree. Kilcock, they've really took their chances in the second half. You can see how much it means to them out there. They've worked their socks off for this, and yeah, absolutely. 100%
and the stars for them. I was trying to throw a few names out there, and online Antoinette Pepper Heffernan says Grace White for man of the match. What a shift she and the Kilcock ladies have put in. Incredible game. So that was a contender being put forward there, and Bridget Gormley McManus says the same player as well. So that's the sort of word that's coming online, but I'd love to throw in Tegan as well. McGonigal, the 19-year-old vice captain at number 7.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Jerome. She did huge work there in that back line and linked play hugely between the midfield and the forward line. Her kick passing in was very, very good.
I also liked Eve Powderly. She commended at times, but she even in the first 15 minutes she won an awful lot of ball over on that far side. She got a lovely point at an important time, and she won that point at the end where she was fouled going through for goal.
Exactly, and she did an awful lot of unselfish run inside to provide space there for Grace White. Her work rate off the ball is huge.
And I talked about the young girls, but let's mention the likes of Linda Byrne, 39 years old in the subs, number 19. Cleana, number 24, is 39. Sheena Byrne at number 8, we'll say in her early 40s, made her debut in 1998. I mean, these are girls who have coached the young girls who are now playing alongside them, and that says it all about club level and about Kilcock, and you can see that unity out there. Yeah,
definitely. You can see, like we say, how much it means to them. And those older players on the squad have brought all their experience and given it to those younger girls and encouraged them to be the players they were there today.
And a word as well for Caoimhe Fagan. She's out in Bahrain, she lives in Dubai and plays with Sharjah Gale. She was the captain of this team last year, and she chose to go travelling, and I'm sure she's having a great time and out at the Bahrain games there in the Gulf in the Middle East as well. But I'm sure she'll be delighted for this team today, and that's why Sarah O'Sullivan was made captain at the age of 20 years old in February this year, and she is now going to get to lift that cup. She was only 21 years old last month, but she's been playing alongside the 40-year-old Sheena Byrne at midfield, and then you have the likes of, and the back, you have Emer Kelly, the goalkeeper, 36 years old. You have Laura Gibbons, who missed out on the success before, but now she's come in there. You have Sophie Nolan at the other end of that, 19 years old at number 15. You have Bernie Durkin as well, 40 years old in the subs. These women won't be happy with me mentioning their names, but it was all in the programme. But it is to emphasise the point that you have that sort of thing at this level, at club level, and boy, are they enjoying it and enjoying the moment, and they deserve it, because you know, when they won the last time, they got through, and then I think they lost an Ulster final, and there was an exodus in 2021, and they all left. Now they're all back, and they're all firing for the club, and boy, it's been a great decision for them all to come back, and the family atmosphere and connection is there. And while I'm at that, let's mention the managers out there. You have Joe, Val, Shane and Calvin. You have Joe Kennedy. Shane Caulfield is actually a Monaghan man from Scottstown. Calvin Murphy, Val Halbert and Declan Barnes all in there. And between them all, they all really, really deserve this achievement.
Absolutely, yeah. The work and effort that goes on behind the scenes and in the background to allow players to play on days and occasions like today is huge, and they definitely have to be commended for the hard work that they've put in all year.
Now the players coming over for the presentation, and I may have to go out to join them because if you may have gathered earlier, the PA wasn't working too well early on, so we mightn't capture the speeches, so I think I might have to go out to capture that for the live stream. Even if we don't hear it here too well, I'll maybe go out with my microphone. And I know it's your debut on here today, Tracy, so don't be too alarmed if I leave you. Don't be offended if I leave you here all alone, but
that's okay.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll ask you one question and then I'll go out there and try and join this, and I'll try and busk it out there. And the question is, just talk to me about your thoughts for player of the match and your contenders on both teams, who you would think would deserve a shout.
Yeah, so I suppose starting with Baile Dubh there, Orla Keogh. She definitely didn't deserve to be on the losing team. The work rate she put in today was absolutely huge. And as well there, Leah Robin on Baile Dubh here, she put in immense work. So she did. But then going back to the winners, Kilcock, and we're looking at Tegan McGonigal there, as we mentioned, at wing back. She had phenomenal work right there today. She put in huge effort and huge work in the back line and in the forward line. Then as well, like we mentioned, Grace White there at full forward. She really picked up when Kilcock needed and put the ball over the bar every single minute that they needed. So it'll be hard to see who gets the nod, but definitely a couple of contenders in there today.
So we're out on the pitch here now, thanks to Tracy Dillon, and we're waiting for the presentation here. And Trina Murray, the president, and Arthur Corrigan. Trina is president and waiting for National LGFA, and she's here. And Arthur Corrigan as well. We're getting close to the start. We're waiting for the players all to come over. Tira are coming towards us now. The officials are all trying to get the players to come in. As you can see, there's a lot of kids out here as well, and they do pride themselves in Coralstown Kinnegad for keeping people off the pitch so we can have the presentation for just the players. But a lot of kids are somehow. There's a lot still back there, and Sarah O'Sullivan, the captain, has come forward, and she is going to receive the cup, and they've told her where to stand, and I wonder who the player of the match is going to be as well. But we'll wait for the presentation to be made and the speeches to be made, and then we'll grab an interview or two with the winners and all the young people cheering and loving this, and it is about them. They are the future. We're waiting for Trina any moment to start. The kids are loving this. I'm seeing silver trousers and bright green trousers and all sorts of banners and face painting, and great day for the club, as they say. Now, when we finally get organised, a contrast in emotions on the faces, on the greens and the blacks, and now we go with Trina.
You're all very welcome to Kinnegad today and to our AIB finals. I'd like to congratulate both teams on an excellent display. You're a credit to both of your clubs and counties. I'd like to thank Coralstown Kinnegad for hosting our doubleheader here today. You're always make us so welcoming here, so thank you so much. To our referee in Culbert, we'd like to thank you for officiating today, and to all your officials, we're grateful for you. We'd like to welcome on the road our new sponsor, AIB. It's wonderful, we now make up the third party of the Gaelic family, so thank you to AIB for your support of ladies football. We're greatly appreciated. I'd like to take this opportunity to wish Kilcock the very best of luck in the AIB All-Ireland Series as they go. And congratulations to Baile Dubh here. You're fantastic Wexford champions. There's incredible talent there in your club, and I have no doubt about it, you'll get it done. So our first presentation is the player of the match, and that goes to number 12, Sarah Lavin. It gives me great pleasure to present the AIB Dave McCabe Junior Cup to the captain of Kilcock, Sarah Sullivan.
Firstly, I'd just like to thank the ref and match officials for a great game. A tough game to ref, but fair play to you, and also to Kinnegad for facilitating the matches, the 2 matches today. So we really appreciate it. Next, I'd just like to thank our supporters, parents, family, friends, everyone who makes supporters. You've been behind us the whole way, so we really appreciate it, and hopefully we'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Next, I'd just like to thank our sponsors, Super Value Kilcock, for all the support they've given us and getting the flags out and everything over the last few weeks, so we really appreciate it. Thank you. Next, I'd like to thank our management team. Our managers Joe, Shane, Calvin, Val, who isn't here, and also to Sandra for stepping in today. We really appreciate it. I'd also like to say a special thank you to Bernie for the advice she's given the last few weeks. And the workshop she's done, so we really appreciate it, Bernie. Thank you. Next, I'd like to thank a bunch of girls here. There's been a struggle the last few years, for over the last few years. But we really put it together this year, and we got the win today and on to the semi-finals now. So, lastly, commiserations to Baile Dubh cheer. We've been in your position back in 2019, and I know it's not the nice position to be in, but you put up a serious battle, so fair play to you.
No, just wait. All right, could you get her?
Yeah.
All right, if you're still on us here, we're trying to get a few interviews here just as quick as we can. So we can hopefully start. Hope you can hear me. Can I get the nod? Yeah, we're good. Girls, Sheena, Grace, my goodness. Can you talk? Well, do you want to get in that photograph? I don't want to deny you that. They'll come back in a second. We'll let them get that photograph. I can't deny them being in that historic photograph and the celebrations. Now we get them. I don't know if you get in there or not, but it doesn't matter. Can you explain to me how you feel?
There's no words. There's no words. This is.
Come on, that's not going to work.
Years ago when we lost by a point, and it just means absolutely everything to us today.
It means the world to us. Like, I mean, we've tried so hard. Some of our girls were gone for the last few years, and we just struggled to keep the team together and keep the spirit going. And they all came back this year, and we got here, and we said we'd figure it out.
There was an exodus, wasn't there? But you got
them all back. Yeah, we got them all back. Yeah.
And now you can see with all the.
They're the future, yeah.
And Cheetah has a few of them there that are ready to come up in the next 10. It's brilliant to see the support that we're after getting today. You could hear them cheering on the sideline, and it really lifted us and got us the win in the end.
What I love about it as well, you've so good girls who can. I'm afraid give all the ages away.
I know, sure. I trained Grace when she was starting
she brought
out.
me up from under
I didn't let her go, so
it's great to be like Sheena was the one who started this all for us and trained me when I was under 11, and now we're best friends how many years later, so it's just unbelievable.
And we've such a tight squad, like we literally would do anything for each other, so that's what gets us through them games. We do anything for each other.
We never give up.
Your daughters.
Younger sister.
Well, she's growing up, isn't she? Not only is she playing here, but I gather she was on a beach in Donegal a few weeks ago and something special happened.
She was, yeah. She's now engaged and she's thinking of moving to Donegal, so we had to do it this year.
Oh, no, you can't. You have to.
I'm sure there's a few ones in Donegal watching this today, so.
Yeah, we did.
We'll be happy to see her coming up anyway. Well, we'll be very, very, very sad. We said we paid for the flights down.
But here, just finally, I mean, they go back at you, but
we just never give up. It was the same a few weeks ago. First few minutes we were down 9 points and we just put our head down and we came back, and that's the thing with us. We never ever give up, no matter what. And
the nerves were there kind of at the start, and we were a bit nervous and we couldn't settle properly into the game. And we were finding it hard to get up to Grace, but in the second half we said, look, we're going to just throw everything at it, we'd settle down, and all the scores she was taking were just incredible. So,
you know where the camera is, you're not looking properly. No, one last question. Player of the match was Sarah. It could have been you, Grace. There were a lot of contenders, or a lot of people suggesting you. Tegan McGonigal, 19 years old. I mean, who would you pick out?
I would have picked Grace and
I would pick Sarah Sullivan. I think she just played unbelievable, and it's easy to pick a forward who's scoring all the points, but the defenders in the first half, if we didn't have them, Andrea McGrath, Emma Maguire, we'd be lost without them. So I think sometimes that goes unseen, the work that they do in the defending, but we're just glad to get the win.
And finally, I'll finish with you, Sheena. Just a word for the elder stateswomen, if I can use that phrase. There were a few in the subs as well. I mean, Emer Byrne and people like that, and Bernie Durkin.
Bernie, So we've played since we were 16 together. So and they're not going anywhere. You know, you won't get rid of us that easy.
So look at her midfield, and she's still going strong.
I know, and the captain beside you has just turned 21.
I know. Yeah. Look, just shows you keep going.
Well, of course you go keep going. You have an All-Ireland semi-final now against the Ulster champions.
Yeah, that was our aim at the start. We said we'd aim high and see where it got us. So
I can see where you got here with that attitude.
We can't stop now. Hopefully keep going.
Right, listen, well done. I'll let you go. Thanks a million. That's the girls from Kilcock, and that is the end of our live stream. We had to go because we have another one on, and it's about to start in about 20 minutes. So we'll be back on Facebook with the second final here today. But for now, from the first final, it's goodbye.